Hi, welcome to the Holyoke Tarot. My name is Liam, and today I have a Earth Signs reading for May 2026. So that is our Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for May 2026. So our piles today are Rainbow Tarot, the symbol's the stone, Waite Tarot deck, this stone, and the Modern Witch Tarot deck, which is this quartz stone. So feel free to pause here if you want to pick a number, or based off the symbol or the deck, or feel free to watch the whole thing and see what resonates. If you like this video, leave a like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and let's get into it. I hope I had much banter lately during these, because I guess, I don't know, it's weird. I'm feeling a little bit off. I wouldn't say like, can't remember if I did that. One sec. Any messages for our Earth signs for the month of May? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just feeling a little bit quiet. I guess this may be the best way to say what's been going on with me. What are energies for Earth signs for the month of May? Crap, these got all turned around. Yeah, I've been wanting to do these videos still, but I would say overall I'm feeling very quiet. Okay. 9 of Wands. The Hierophant. Justice. The Hanged Man. Jeez. The High Priestess. And the Magician. Okay, that is a lot of major arcana. Damn. Alright, well. That's a lot of things going on for you, pile one. Let's see if we can make a little bit of sense of it. Well, the 9 of Wands. There's some injury here. There's some like guarding here. There's some like lack of trust is what I want to say in the moment with this card. So I think with this 9 of Wands, you've been feeling sort of like a lack of trust in your potential and your power, like you're guarding your things very closely, you know? And well, first I'll say is all these major arcana cards, like, I think that maybe it's time to let go of the questioning of your power and your capabilities. I think that there can be like this dance we do to be like, oh, well, I didn't really do that. I didn't really, whatever. But I think that now is the opportunity and maybe a reminder to take responsibility and acknowledge your power and what you're actually capable of creating. And that feels like very potent with all these cards, right? We have the High Priestess and the Hierophant, so there's definitely like a spiritual path there, as well as a magician. So like you are the creator here. I think there can be maybe this sense of right and wrong that you're like maybe trying to balance where that sits for you, you know, like yeah, maybe you're, you know, diving into like non-dual perspectives, and so things are shifting for you a little bit in that, and that can kind of shake up a lot of things. It can shake up a lot, and so there can be this kind of like questioning, I think, of your perspective and the way you have seen justice. I think that there is still a place for that, certainly. I definitely think that there's like still yeah, I think it's something you have to sort out entirely for yourself, and I don't think there's necessarily a right or wrong answer when you're coming at it from a non-dual perspective, if that's what you are after with these energies, if that's how you're integrating them. And yeah, I think there's this month there's a lot of perspective shifts with this Hanged Man. There's a lot of encouragement to practice, to do the spells, do the practice, do the sitting, do the meditation, do, you know, like you're there, you're already like fully I don't want to say initiated, because that's like an actual like proper, not proper, but like you know, that's like an actual thing to be initiated into something, so I don't want to say that, but like, yeah, like you're doing the work, I guess, is maybe what I would phrase it as. And so I think this Nine of Wands you can release some of this and just really like go all in to this path you're on, is what the cards are saying to me here. And yeah, I think that's it. Okay. All right, so this is our Rider-Waite deck. It's funny, that's opened right to the Magician too. So there's definitely a tuning in happening, I think, for a lot of people potentially. Any messages? Pile 2 for Earth signs for the month of May. Any messages? Messages for Earth signs for the month of May. Both these? Okay. Alright, we got our 8 of Wands. I feel like I keep starting every one with the Wands. 4 of Cups. The Star. um, the Six of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. All right, what do we have here? Interesting. Definitely feels like a bit of a journey for you, pile 2 this month. Feels like there's kind of a lot going on. There's definitely a lot of heaviness. I think it's not without some glimmers of hope, but it does feel like there's maybe a lot of things coming up for you this month. Definitely things you're capable of handling, even though sometimes in the moment it might not feel like it. With the Eight of Swords, yeah, there's a lot flying. Eight of Wands, I mean. There's a lot flying at you. Then we also have this Four of Cups, and so there's sort of all these things flying at you, and then there's additionally like you're kind of like over it, right? So it could be that it's been a very weird year, and so it could be that since the beginning of the year there's been a lot of things flying at you, and like a lot of people I think at a certain point you're just like, to stop, I got too many cups, quit trying to fill them up. Just like let me be for a minute here. I'm gonna sit by this tree and I'm just gonna chill out and leave me the fuck alone. It's definitely the energy I'm getting for you for the beginning of this month. I don't think that it's all lost. I think that there is definitely a place for that energy, and I think taking time to rest and be with yourself and do some tree hugging is definitely not a bad idea. And then we're moving into the Star card, which for me in this deck is a lot about tending to the things that you need to tend to. And I think a lot of times that is like these like just functions of like daily life that that's really easy to let subside or like let fall by the wayside. But things that when you're doing them consistently, like maybe you feel a little better. So that could be like tending to house projects or yard work or a hobby or physical fitness or like whatever the thing is for you. I think that I think that you're being asked to like look at those things that fill you up and stay consistent with them for this month. And with the Six of Wands, yeah, I definitely think you're traversing something pretty heavy. It could be grief. It could be grieving like the actual loss of someone. It could be grieving and like an identity or something that it no longer serves you, or maybe like a career path you had in mind that is no longer an option or something like that. So it does feel like there's like this sense of loss there. And I think the star like asking you to tend to these things is in its own way helping you move through this, right? When you're devoting yourself to things outside of yourself, there can be like a renewal there, if that makes sense. And then we also have this Two of Swords, which is also reminding you of how capable you are, because she can't see who she's facing down, but she's ready to defeat them anyways. So there's definitely this sense of like, I guess a reminder that like even though you're kind of at the beginning feeling like very over all of the goings on, that you can really handle these next things that are coming up for you. And with the Ace of Cups, here I do think there's a sense of like just like release, like don't hold on to these emotions, let them flow through you and out of you. Like you don't have to keep reliving the thing, you don't have to keep harping on it, you can just move on, you can move through it and move on. So yeah, I'm gonna do one of these. I didn't for the first pile, sorry. First pile peeps. I think that maybe a little extra wisdom could be helpful. Panther Spirit. Reclaim your power, and it's a 44. If that's a synchronicity for you. Let me see what the booklet says. It takes courage to face challenges, and right now, Panther Spirit is here to say that you are braver than you think. Now is the time to take a risk and step into a different aspect of your being. Speak as you have never spoken before. Act as you have always dreamed you might have the courage to act. Love fearlessly and fully, and expect to feel the adrenaline rush as you are initiated into a newer, braver, bolder self. Panther Spirit says the time for dreaming about what you want to do is giving way to the first courageous act toward reclaiming your Panther Spirit and power. Your new identity may feel strange at first, but you have what it takes in your soul once this. Be bold. All right, there you have it. All right, let's move on to our pile 3. What messages do we have for our pile 3 for our earth signs for the month of May? Messages do we have for earth signs for the month of May? What messages do we have? Messages do we have? 4 of Swords, King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the Fool. Sorry, I'm yawning so much, I apologize. 7 of Swords, and the Hierophant. I mean, yeah, this 4 of Swords definitely feels like you're like, ugh, I don't want to get out of bed. Or you're like, ugh, I have a headache. So there's definitely like some, yeah, some like, oh, gosh. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely like some stuff that's been going on, and there's definitely an encouragement here to get up out of bed. Um, Especially with we have the King of Cups here, and yeah, I think maybe there could be like there is some encouragement to um, break out of your normal patterns. And maybe a sort of like fake it till you make it a little bit. So like embody these archetypes, um, and see where that leads you. um, let's see. We have the King of Cups, and he's steady, you know, in a turbulent sea. Been very calm and contented. Um, and we have the Queen of Pentacles, and you know she's in a field. She's got roses, I think, around her, and a bunny. And so, and she's like very, yeah, she's contented in her ability to access resources. She's contented in her body. In Sorry, this one's not coming to me as easily. What else do we have? The Fool, the Seven of Swords, and the Hierophant. I mean, the Seven of Swords is usually like kind of sneaky, is what people is kind of like the archetype of the Seven of Swords. In this deck, it does feel like it doesn't necessarily feel sneaky because she's wearing heels, you know, and so like there's a part of me that's like, I don't know why that doesn't appear sneaky to me. But it feels more like she's like, oh, I can only carry this many. I'll just leave these here, you know. So it sort of feels more like more like only carry what you're capable of carrying, or like maybe there needs to be an acknowledgement of like how much you can carry, and that maybe you can't carry it all at all times. You know, maybe there's some things you need to let go of. And maybe the things you need to let go of are the things that are causing this headache with the Four of Swords too at the beginning. And then I think there's like a encouragement, yeah, to kind of like begin this anew and take on these different ways of being that the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles are encouraging. And also with the Hierophant. I'm not quite sure what exactly the I'm not quite sure what exactly the like thing is for this. I was a little bit like confused by the King of Cups, I guess. Not always, but like he's not telling me much. He's not very forthcoming at this moment. Earth signs month of May. Yeah, I definitely think, yeah, I don't know. It feels like there's, yeah, some encouragement to like acknowledge your capacity, some encouragement to maybe let go of some things so that you have the space to begin a new journey. And that could be with, and that's what the Fool is encouraging, and this new journey could be something. The Hierophant is encouraging, so like it could be a traditional spiritual path, it could be your own one in your own making. I think with the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, maybe there's just some. I think there's some encouragement to trust your intuition and to lean into the yeses you get from your body. Yeah, maybe that's what that is. Let's just do one of these. Sorry that I didn't do one for the first one. That first one came a little easier to me. I think I'm just like wanting these for some reassurance because I'm struggling a bit. White Raven Spirit. 6/6, if that's a synchronicity. Trust in the magic. Nothing in the universe is random, for the intricate web of co-creation weaves together all events and has done so since the beginning of time. Coincidences have meaning, and White Raven Spirit appears to remind you to pay attention to these synchronicities so that you might recognize patterns. Even the winds dance in a pattern, participating in the magic of Spirit's plan for all. Align with the highest goods and intentions, and you will come to see that White Raven is guiding you, an ally to you and a messenger from Spirit. Align with the light, and you will start to recognize that all is working together harmoniously in ways the eye can't always see, and the mind can't always comprehend. The universe is conspiring on your behalf right now, drawing you to the light and bringing you the magic and miracles that are your birthright. Now is the time to trust in the magic of the world that is everywhere and in all things. Pay attention to how things come together as if by magic, and you will see the hand of Great Spirit arranging things in your favor. All right, there you have it. All right, cool. Well, if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if there's something you would like to see in future videos. If you want to book a one-on-one reading, my email is in the description, so feel free to send me an email. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one.